Okay, seeing none. We just got a few items here today, so let's kick this off. Kyla, we were wondering yesterday when this would come before us, and apparently it's today. We have an appointment to fill on the Florence Carlton Cemetery Board.
Yes, so Jeff Cruz resigned in his position December 31st of 2020. We had two new applicants, Brad Porch and Jane Kelly also applied for this board. So this is just to fill a vacant term through December 31st, 2023.
And we interviewed this gentleman yesterday who I don't know that we've had someone who's actually dug graves before, but that seems like a good thing to have in your resume for a position like this, perhaps.
Didn't we have a kind of a true cemetery professional up in Sealy, someone who had cemetery admin experience? Now we have in the soil cemetery experience out in Florence, Carlton area.
And whose family, he's like the third generation of family who's been intimately involved with that cemetery. I'm confused, Kyla. So we need to choose between two, or is there an alternate position that Jane was interested in? I'm confused.
No, Jane just wanted to throw her name into the applicant pool because she had interest in this board as well as the Fair Event Committee when she applied for the Elections Committee board.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So
did we interview her for this position, for this board?
No, we just kept her interview on file from the previous board she applied for.
Okay,
she's eager to engage in community board activity, and I think we keep looking for Jane. That's my thinking.
I think this would be a disappointment to her, given the very specific nature of this work and the attachment others have to this place.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, with that, I'd like to enthusiastically motion Mr. Brad Porch to the Florence Carlton Cemetery Board.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Does a shovel come with the appointment to this board? I don't know.
This one's shovel ready, Dave.
Okay, Aaron, we've got a PSA with Homeward.
Yep, and I'm using a brand new county laptop, so I'm hoping that it works okay. So good morning, commissioners. My name is Erin Kautz with Grants and Community Programs, Community and Planning Services. And I have before you today a professional services agreement with Homeward. And as you may remember, I think from our last CAPS BCC meeting, Homeward is looking for some gap funding for their Trinity project. And we had some remaining funds that were unspent in the county tribal matching grant due to COVID and all sorts of other related things. So this PSA would essentially give them $65,000 with the possibility of maybe a little bit more at the end of the grant cycle, depending on how many, if there's other unspent funds from other agencies. Because the money has to be spent down by the end of the fiscal year, otherwise we use it or lose it.
Any questions for Aaron? I'm all about using and not losing anything.
Yeah. This is a great project and a complicated project, and I'm glad we could put more money towards it.
Well, and I know they're excited because it will go towards architectural and engineering fees that they are limited in some of their other funding that they can't use for that. So they were very excited about it.
Aaron, I don't remember who was the architect on this.
I don't know.
All right.
Sorry. Well, I can look and find out.
That's all right. It's not a crucial thing.
Are you looking for something to moonlight doing there, Josh?
No, I was just curious.
I saw Josh working on his farm last weekend. I don't think he needs I don't think he needs another job.
So if we're all good, I'm happy to make a motion.
So,
All right. I would move that we request the board to sign the PSA with Homeward.
Second.
Any further discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks so much, Aaron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you all. Enjoy the sunshine.
We will try. Thank you. All right. Any correspondence today? How about the legislature?
Oh. My God.
That is okay. Ann Hughes, bring us some good news today.
Anne is still standing, and that is good news.
Well, she's sitting.
I wore my my fighting colors today. No, I'm kidding. I didn't.
Good.
I honestly I don't really have much to report. I will say that I did note in the Missoula Current, thank you, Martin, for running the story, that a group filed suit yesterday morning in the Supreme Court to challenge the governor's signing, and he signed the bill that eliminates the Judicial Nominating Commission.
And Anne, if I read that article correctly, a land speed record was set in getting lawsuit filed.
Indeed, a land speed record was set. I was happy to read that. We did oppose that bill at every chance we could get. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really have much else to report on specifically.
And on that bill that you sent out just a little bit ago on adjusting tax rates, do you have a sense of what that could mean for us? I tried to understand it in reading it, and I have to confess I couldn't.
Yeah, I was asked
$30 million.
Yeah, I did the math too and had a series of small heart attacks. But Andrew, maybe I think might be able to help us feel a little bit better.
Andrew.
I love this bill.
Okay.
You know, and if I'm able to prove myself right, I will come to you with a recommendation to heartily endorse it. It lowers the tax rate on class 4 residential homes from 1.35% to 1.2% for homes under $1.5 million. What that's doing is shifting the tax burden from residential homes back to the centrally assessed and the others that have been getting the breaks over the years. You recall Dan Bucks's discussion about how the centrally assessed have been shifting their burden over the class 4. Well, there's no way to put back that taxable value on those centrally assessed properties. So what can we do to counter that? Well, you lower the tax rate on the residential homes. It's simply shifting the tax burden. You push one end of the balloon, the other one inflates. So that's what this bill is doing. Those numbers are very misleading. When you subtract the two, it's $26 million. That's $26 million. They're talking about taxable value. That's not taxes we receive. That's taxable value. If you apply 1.2% and 1.35% to the difference, it's $39,000 difference between those two rates. But that's the simple math. The real math is much more complicated. The spreadsheet that Eric Bryson sent out from Mako, I found out through a number of sources. It came from Ed Kaplis at the Department of Revenue. I'm currently in contact with Ed Kaplis to get some clarification on where these numbers came from, because they don't make any sense. Did he include new construction in the tax year 21 values? Was there an adjustment for inflation? Was there an increase in the value of the homes, the existing homes? What numbers was he using? They aren't panning out to be true to me. And I've got my advisor, Dan Bucks, working with me, and he's in complete agreement with my assertion.
Great. So Andrew, it's not the case that lowering the residential rate and not increasing the rate on the centrally assessed isn't just a shrinking of the size of the pie, but it actually is a, continuing on with metaphors here, pushing down on one part of the balloon and going up in the other?
All things held equal, if everything's equal, and we would get the same exact tax that we got last year.
So the pie isn't shrinking.
Yeah.
I'm asking the right pie chart guy. So the As long as the pie doesn't shrink, this sounds like a little bit of justice, actually.
Yeah, it does. It does. And that's.
Was there a mistake on the legislature's part here?
Yeah, what is going on here?
What happened?
Why did they do this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They haven't done it yet.
it seems.
Well, and they've got these other bills that are where they're exempting the business personal property taxes, and that's shifting a lot of taxes onto us as well. So if those bills pass, and some other bills pass that exempt taxes from other entities, we may shrink the pie a little bit. But this one I like. I mean, this for once the class 4 homeowners are getting a break, and they need it desperately.
Who's the bill sponsor for this? And is it someone who actually carries
take
enough?
A peek.
Yeah, is this person respected enough to actually
Carry it.
Yeah, well,
I can't imagine the lobbyists for the centrally assessed properties are going to take this lightly.
Oh no, they're trying to muddy the waters and make it so people don't understand it, and it's
What's the
correct,
number?
HB 636, and it's sponsored by Representative Fiona Nave out of Columbus. Rather, this is her first session.
Is she an R or a D?
She's an R.
Didn't Greg Hertz have a hand in writing it as well?
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, I guess we shall watch this.
Yeah,
it'd be wonderful.
I'm hot on the trail to get this thing figured out before the end of the day. So
Right.
I wrote you all an email. I just sent it as the meeting started to kind of explain what I just said, but I'll have an answer.
Okay.
Great, thanks.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Else? Yeah, anything else on the legislature from anyone out there? Okay. How about COVID?
Excited that Missoula County will get vaccines
Yeah,
or sign up
Yeah.
off the first couple weeks.
really excited we can get our employees vaccinated. That's and way to go, Erica, for being ready to just have that one teed up as soon as the governor said the word.
Yeah, that's great. We're working hard on that, and that announcement this week really set the JIC to moving quickly on coordinating the information and all of that. So we'll be in good hands there. Allison, did you want to throw in anything there?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, we're really excited about that. It definitely simplifies the public messaging. So we expect that we're gonna have appointments, filling out really quickly again once the floodgates open. But yeah, messaging is a lot more simple, and we're just excited to get the word out.
Very good. All right. Anything else? COVID communications. Anything on that front, Allison?
No, just what I just said is really what we're focused on right now.
How about non-COVID communications, though? I suspect there might still be a few of those out there.
What's that? No, I don't think I have any immediate needs.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else from anyone? It looks like we are blazing through this agenda in record time today.
Speaking of land speed records.
Yeah. Oh, I see a hand up there.
Martin.
Hey, yeah, just there's a federal bill to increase the population threshold for a metropolitan statistical area. Currently, I think it's set at 50,000, and they're going to try to boost it to 100,000, which would eliminate Missoula as a metropolitan statistical area. And I understand that may have some financial impacts. I'm wondering if maybe you could just speak to your concerns on that and what those impacts could be if that is actually adopted.
I could say something. I mean, just the city is part of the county, as Dave is fond of saying, and is accurate. And this would really affect our city in terms of their ability to access CDBG funds. And I really hope this doesn't come to pass.
Yes, I concur.
Thanks.
Absolutely, yeah.
And my understanding is that this would not likely impact our metropolitan planning organization, our MPO planning area that is the recipient of federal transportation funding. That was a concern at some point in the past, but as near as I can tell, and as near as the MPO can tell, it would not impact that entity, although as you might gather, it would have some significant impacts on the city of Missoula, which is a bad thing.
I would hope that the federal government would be a bit more nuanced and not just say, here's a population level, but consider population levels of cities within states. So for Montana, Missoula is a metropolitan area. The same size city would not be a metropolitan area in Ohio or California or Texas. And once again, the one size fits all doesn't work.
That's well said.
Thank you.
Anything else, Martin?
That I think is all for now. Is there a public hearing today? I didn't see it on the calendar.
No, this is second and fourth Thursdays.
But Martin, there's going to be an active health board meeting, and if you can make it, please do.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, what you see is what you get from us today, Martin. So there's also a Parks and Trails Advisory Board meeting that I will be participating in, and you're always welcome for that too.
Health board's at
thank
12:15.
I hear that the first San Diego flight is inbound to Missoula right now, so we'll probably check that out.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we've made this as protracted as we can be today with 18 minutes past the hour. So with that, unless there's anything else, everyone have a great day.
Thanks. And
Well
do you want to stay on?
I'll give you a buzz.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.